again, and welcome back to another edition of Austin's American Flyer, where today we're talking about something flyer related that we haven't done before on this channel. So stick around, stay tuned, I'll be right back. So for some of us, we haven't been in the flyer world for as long as some others. And with that comes a certain level of ignorance that I wanted to talk about today. For me, and I can only speak for my experience, up until a few years ago, I had no idea there was such a thing as S-Gauge train clubs or Esprit events or groups or national organizations that supported the American Flyer train scale. So I'm relatively new in a lot of respects to this idea that there are people that actually say, hey, you know what? I like trains, you like trains, let's form a group so that we can support one another, that we can educate one another, so we can have a lot of fun surrounding our affection of this hobby, American Flyer trains. Well, today I wanted to talk a little bit about such a group, and that is the National Association of S-Gaugers. And this group has been around for quite a while, and you may have noticed this emblem. And someone recently pointed out to me that these two couplers in their emblem are to take what we see as fine scale or prototype modeling in S-Gauge and post-war American Flyer, more toy-like S-Gauge, and bring them together. So that's what this group has been focusing on through the years. One of the cool things, one of the exciting things, I think, is that they are kind of unleashing a new emphasis to reach out to standard American Flyer post-war S-Gauge folks like me, and maybe like you. There are a couple reasons why I think it might be worth sharing this information with all of you. Number one, a few months ago, I released a video, and in that video, I just made a comment about feeling like maybe I'm on a desert island when it comes to American Flyer. There's just really nothing around me for 2, 3, 4 hours. And it sure would be nice, you know, if there were some people locally that I could hang with and we could do flyer stuff. But that just doesn't happen to be the case for me here. What surprised me is the number of comments from others out there across the United States particularly that said the same thing. Spread all the way across the country into Canada, South America, even Europe, are people that are into American Flyer. So my question is, wouldn't it be great if there was a way that we could be connected? Well, that's what the NASG is all about. They want to connect people that are in the hobby. And as I already alluded to, they have decided that they want to bring more of an emphasis on post-war American Flyer. Now, of course, that's not exclusive to other prototypical scales and models and detailing and all that, but they want to make sure to do more articles, more information on post-war Flyer. What's new? What do you do with the old stuff? So on and so forth. So up until a few years ago, there was a publication called the S-Gaugian, and it was devoted to post-war American Flyer primarily, and it did a lot of good. I mean, it had some great articles in it about repair, and there were some very familiar names in the world of Flyer that were regular contributors to that. Well, one of the neat things that the Dispatch, which is the magazine of the NASG, is they have talked with a gentleman by the name of Bill Clark. And Bill Clark used to be a regular contributor for the S-Gaugian, and now he's going to be a regular contributor in the Dispatch. So that is just one small thing that they are doing to say, look, we recognize that there's a little bit of a void when it comes to American Flyer support out there, and we're going to do something about it. So I thought that was worth noting. The other thing that's kind of cool is they tapped on the shoulder of someone you may recognize, at least I recognize them, and put an article in there about me and about how I've gotten from just starting back in S-Gauge to YouTube and blah, 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 blah. It's kind of a neat article, at least I think so, and I've gotten some cool feedback from those of you that have read it. But again, another indication of their desire to really reach out to those in the S-Gauge community. So, food for thought. If you're not a part of the NASG membership, please consider it. And here's a couple things that'll help you understand maybe how to go about doing that.
Well, let's take a quick look at the NASG website and explore, at least minimally, what you can expect if you become a member. First of all, you get an opening shot here, and there are scrolling pictures that are all pretty remarkable. A lot of incredible detail, hand-laid tracks, so on and so forth. This is just stunning S-scale model work here in the opening shots. But if we go to the kind of entry page, a lot of different ways you can go. But one of the things that those of you that have not been here before may be curious to know, if you'd like to become a member, the current member rates are $30 a year. And with that, you get a whole bunch of stuff, including the Dispatch magazine and access to a ton of resources on this page alone. There are articles, there are pictures, there are links to product manufacturers, there are all kinds of resources, including you can look up others in your area that are part of the NASG. It's just, again, it's an incredible value for $30 a year. It's probably, arguably, one of the best values out there. So please consider this, and I don't think you'll regret it. It's really, really top-notch stuff that they've got on here. The other thing I would say is the whole organization is led and run by volunteers, and they are active. So this website is continually updated. And if you want to look at existing post-war American flyer layouts, for example, I think I saw in here they have something like 163 of those currently listed. And so it just really is tremendous, the amount of resources that you'll find in one spot here. So consider checking it out. There are limits if you're not a member in terms of what you can see. And once you are a member, the whole world opens up. Anyhow, please take a look at this, and you can join through the website right here just by clicking on Join and Renew, and that takes you to another page that has some information they'd like for you. And it's pretty straightforward.
Well, thanks again for stopping by today. I hope you found this informative and encouraging, especially those of you that aren't a part of any kind of clubs or groups. Now you know there's an option, and I think the future is pretty bright in terms of the kind of content that's going to be supportive of those of us that are dealing with post-war American flyer. So, with that said, until next time, take care. God bless. We'll see you. Enjoy your American flyer trains. Bye-bye.